Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's R&R in the morning, a Monday edition. He is Rudy. I am Rob, Easy E, driving the bus all the way to 10 o'clock. We love Mondays after a nice football weekend, discussing victories, especially homecoming wins. Let's welcome on the show Jeff Traylor, head football coach of the UTSA Roadrunners. Congratulations, Coach. Good win on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How you doing, man? You all right? Everything good?
Good, brother.
You sure?
Good. Oh, yeah. How y'all doing?
Well,
we're doing pretty
good.
Trying to figure out if number 2 is still wide open. Cephas, your wide receiver, had a heck of a game. My goodness. Where do we start on a game like this? Talk about your starting quarterback. It was a nice comeback after kind of a slow start there in the first quarter.
Yeah. Well, the way East Carolina plays, it's just the way they make you do it. I mean, there's going to be a bunch of big plays for us. There's going to be a bunch of big plays for them defensively. They just play a very aggressive, crazy, and they're good at it. They're really good at it. A lot of teams pressure a lot, and they don't end up being very sound in the back. And these guys get to their drops very well. But we had a really good plan, and we had some really good athletes. We had 10 plays that resulted in over 450 yards of offense. Then we had another probably 50 plays where we got 50 yards of total offense. So it's one of those feast or famine kind of nights just because of the style of defense they play.
You know, Coach, it feels like, Justin Burke, you, Justin, and Frank are finally in a place, not finally, but are in a place now where there's a lot of movement, a lot of different like moving parts and motion and different layers. I like where y'all are offensively and calling the plays. It seems like guys are just running wide open all over the field.
Well, it takes some time to
get
all that stuff situated. And when you don't have your quarterback all spring, all summer, and then he gets hurt again a week before the Houston game, then he gets hurt in the Texas State game. He doesn't play versus Army. He doesn't play versus Tennessee. Well, it's hard to get all that together when you're not together. I mean, I agree. All together. I mean, but it's and I'm not making an excuse. I'm just telling the truth. And when we've had him up and standing now for a while, so you got to remember this is this kid's third offensive coordinator in 3 years.
Right.
That's hard. That's really hard. And I know we keep everything the same, different because there's a domino effect. Every time you move that, everyone else is moving on the staff as well. So we just had to work out some kinks, and we're better now and getting a little consistency, and hopefully go get our Dan back and one of our tight ends and Mekhi back at some point. Those 2 more good additions to our offense that'll help us.
4 straight 4-0 in conference, probably about where we hope to be right about now. Is that about where are you cooking? About 90% of where you want to be right about now?
Well, that just shows you. Are you meaning where we are as our record, or
just the flow of your team? I mean, your offense is coming in, and you talked about it. You didn't have a quarterback for a while. You got some guys getting healthy, a couple guys getting back. Your running game, you never know where it's coming from. Different dude every week, but the game itself is working, and your receivers are looking open. The offense is flowing. I'm wondering, like, if you had scheduled your season, and you go, well, I'm sitting at 5-3 in week 8, and I'm heading to North Texas. Where do I want to be? Are you about where you wanted to be?
Oh, that's a great question. I never look at it that way. But I mean, if you were to zoom out and take off your Roadrunner, fan glasses,
right?
To play 2 Power 5 schools on the road, I mean, that's a load. We're a new program, and the Army game at home is going to always bother me. I thought we were better than them. And whenever you lose to a team that you think you're better than, that's a tough feeling for the head coach. So I'm just giving you honest talk.
No, I got you. Because like you were saying, from 30,000 feet, it's my job to look at this and go, you know what? This is about where we expected or hoped to be as you're in your first AAC year. I mean, this is really going well. And as you head up to North Texas, one of those is a rival. I don't care how good they are. We all know these guys. You got to have a team that you're comfortable with to go on a road like this, especially against a team that's wounded like that.
Yeah, and Eric's done a fantastic job. Now, we got to all remember, he didn't go in there and take over some place that was broken.
True.
That's the team we beat in the conference championship game last year. They fired a coach for not winning a conference championship. I mean,
because Coach, you got him. You got that man fired, Coach. I'm messing with you.
That lets you know the expectations of that place, and probably how they feel about us. To be quite honest about all that, so he's done a fantastic job. He's one of the best offensive minds in the country. He's found a quarterback. I mean, just last week they had just taken the lead on Memphis, and then Memphis threw a 36-yard post route with 17 seconds left to beat them. The week before, they just tied up Tulane on the road, 28-28, and Pratt got loose and scrambled in the end zone with less than a minute left in that game. So they've gone toe-to-toe now 2 weeks in a row with the two of the best teams in our conference and lost in the last play of the game, I mean, figuratively speaking.
You know, Coach, it's what the defense is doing. And to me, though, this game kind of summed up the last 4 years. Like, y'all face some adversity and you just keep plugging away and find a way. But the defense as a whole is doing a great job. But I got to talk about Trey Moore. I mean, another 3-sack game. That's 12 on the season in 8 games. I mean, I know there's a lot of other guys making plays and everybody's working cohesively, but it's tough not to talk about Trey.
Yeah, it's one of the cool things about playing at a place that's been playing football as short a time as we have. You got a chance to break a school record every week. And I was blessed, to get to coach Clarence Hicks and watch him break the school record in 2021. And now I'm blessed that we've got Trey Moore in here to break the school record 2023. And, right out of Smithson Valley, which is a great story. And I know Larry Hill and those guys are very proud of him. But it's just his effort. He's such a person of high character. His relentless effort. Now, he's got some freaky natural ability, but it's just his effort and his character that separates him from a lot of people.
He is Jeff Traylor, head coach of the UTSA Road Runners. 4 straight wins, headed north to take on a rival in North Texas, although they are a bit wounded. But I do want to talk to you about a press release I got on Friday, Coach, regarding the athletic fund, the athletic fee referendum, where the university voted in just massive numbers against such a fund. I know that's got to be a little bit of a kick in the nuts. To me, it does.
Yeah, Coach.
As a guy who comes from a university where we understand the value of what's going on. So, I mean, what do you do? I mean, you preach, you wake up the next day and you go to work and you do what you got to do every day of the week. But there's something that you do rely on others to lift you up. I'm talking to you Roadrunner students who voted no. I'm ashamed of those guys. Shame on you.
Well, just like I said in the press conference after the game, you just can't mistake, a comma for a period. This is a pause. This is not a stop.
Right.
We've got to keep battling. We've got to figure out what that is. We will not continue to stay successful you just can't keep doing more with less. And I know that's a great quote. I love it. I'm proud of what our kids have done. I'm proud of what our university has done. But just a small example, and I know people are like, well, you've got real problems, but this indoor this week, like it's tough to practice right now. And North Texas is going to be in their indoor all week, and we're going to be out there in this stuff. And you can't get much better. You can't get a lot better when it's this cold, this windy, and raining. And I know everybody, them old school guys, will be like, well, we did it back in the day. Well, that was back in the day. I mean, you need to get good rep to snap the shotgun. Well, get under center and run the power eye. Well, those days are just gone, man. They're not there anymore. So, but we also need a baseball field. We need to practice. We got practice for our volleyball and our basketball. And we've got soccer taken care of now. We've got football, except for the indoor and the infrastructure. We're last when it comes to that football. We're 10th out of 13. Now with Army coming in, we'll be 11th out of 14. That's just hard to do more with less. But as long as I've been here, somebody in this community stepped up. I overspent on recruiting last year just to stay in the game. And we had a booster that covered the deficit for us. And as long as I've been here, there's always been another miracle right around the corner. And I can't wait to see what the next miracle is.
Hey, Coach, just real quick comment. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I don't blame you for overspending.
Well, my AD knew I was doing it. I just assured her there was going to be a booster that was going to take care of me. I just didn't know who that booster was, but the Lord provided, so we got out of that mess.
Hey, Coach, so we're not pointing fingers. We're not going to point fingers. But do you feel like as a collective, it was a good enough job done letting the entire student base know to even go vote on this?
You know,
And I don't want to
I
point fingers. I'm just asking.
well, I mean, all you got to do is look at the score, right? And then you got to make some decisions on how we're going to get that all fixed. And you got to look at the score. You know, we got our teeth kicked in, to be very honest with you. Or as my man Rob said, he put it a whole nother way, right?
Got kicked in the nuts, man.
We got to reevaluate. We got to be empathetic. You got to listen.
True.
You got to get all the stakeholders together in the room at the same time. And you got to work stuff out. And I know I shared a corny Gilmer High School story, but we lost 2 bonds while I was there.
Right.
And trying to get a high school. And we were having more success than we've ever had in the history of the school. But the third one we got done. And we have one of the most beautiful, structures in the country, really, in Gilmer, Texas. Because we got all the stakeholders together in the room, and we all listened, we all gave a little bit, we all took care of each other and got it done. So it's going to work at some point, and I don't know when that is, but we'll get it done. That
is Jeff Traylor. I agree with you. And it's wake up, you just go to work and get it done, and it's up to other folks to live up to their end. Coach, congratulations again on a great win. We look forward to a good week of work. I cannot wait for North Texas. It is always a fun one.
Yeah, those rivalry games, that you throw the records out the window and the point spread and just put the ball down and go play. It'll be a fun week.
Absolutely. Good luck, Coach. We look forward to talking to you next Monday.
Same. God bless. Birds up.